York together because I got my own video channel. You me on YouTube by Christopher Wright. I got my channel. It was over 30,000 subscribers, and my group is growing, over 1,000 local New York members. And we're coming out here and fighting for the truth. We're fighting for fellow citizens of this country, fellow citizens of the state of New York. Yes, Christopher Wright, and that's C as in Charlie, H as in Halo, R-I-S-T-O-P-H-E-R. My last name Wright, and that's like Wright, I-G-H-T. You can find me on YouTube. Christopher Wright Show coming soon. Yeah, I totally agree with what they're doing today. They're just using their freedom of speech to come out here and get their message across and let the government know in a peaceful protesting way that they're sick of the nonsense and they want their lives back, they want their careers back, they want their jobs back. I respect that.
I think that, do you have anything else you want to say? Anything you want to add?
You know, I'm telling my fellow Americans out there, it's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to unite. I don't care about your political party, your background, your religious background, gay, straight, whatever. It doesn't matter. Transgender. If you're an American and you are just sick and tired of what's going on in this country, especially here in New York, then it's time for us to get out and do what we're doing right now. Peacefully protest, get a voice the government know that we're not going to sit back and just take this like a bunch of punks. And that's what I want to know. God bless everybody out there listening. God bless the United States of America.
Instead of asking for money from the government, do you think that the restaurants should just start opening up again?
Yes, there's been restaurants, gyms that are opening up on their own and going against the state. The state's sending the police officers out there and they're letting the police know where in the law that says I can't open my business and run my business. So it's time, I really appreciate seeing local business starting to do that, fighting on their own. They say, look, what are you going to do? And you see the cops are backing off in a lot of these situations because they know they're in the wrong. And I respect the police, don't get me wrong, but they're getting told by this radical government what to do. And they're putting out these BS orders. But the people need to open their businesses up and say, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not going to put my family's life at risk over this political game. So it's time for business to open up on their own. And I will support them.
Right, like the bar in Staten Island, right? I guess
yes,
you heard about that.
And I didn't, unfortunately, I was able to make my rally, but I got some friends here, some patriots that went out there, and they helped them get out there and get their voices heard. They did a great job in Staten Island. And if I would definitely, if I had the time, I would have been there, and I would have came out and showed support. But I'm out here fighting as much as I can in the streets on the grassroots level.
Chris, they actually utilize the sheriffs, not the cops.
$1.4 million because he again and again defied the lockdown orders. What do you think about that?
I think
a fine of over $1 million for a gym owner. He's not a rich guy, you know.
No, not at all. It's, he's all that small business owners are attacking. I respect what he's doing. He's a true patriot, a true fighter, and I believe I know who you're talking about. I met him, and he's a great man. The one thing we're talking about, Ian. His name, yes, Ian, and he was a real patriot, and he's somehow a great speaker as well. And he really got out there we were down in D.C. for this Million MAGA March, the second one, and he spoke there, and he had a lot to say, and he had a lot of real encouraging words for the public, and he pretty much came out with his main message: I'm not backing down, regardless of what happens, and we're here to fight for him, man. And we're at the point in this country where it's the people versus state, and it's time for the people to come together. This is what America's about. There's been many times in American history where the people got together and got things done. This is the time. History repeats, and it's time for us to get out there and fight.
Important detail about Staten Island: the NYPD would not enforce it, so the governor and the mayor used the sheriff's office, and then the governor on television lied the other day. Governor Cuomo said that Danny Presti assaulted 2 uniformed NYPD officers. NYPD captain tells me NYPD had nothing to do with that arrest. It was New York Sheriff's Office. The governor lied to the people of the United States, to the people of the world, to crush Danny Presti, to crush support for Max Public House. He lied through his teeth because he knows when acting in his capacity as the governor, he can't be held liable for defamatory statements. So he's able to take away that kind of public support for a bar owner who's standing up with simple words while he wins an Emmy Award and he publishes books and he lies to everybody to perpetuate this, Chris.
Yeah, Mobster Cuomo, I like to call him, because he carries himself like a mobster. If you look how he governs, it's very tyrannical in a way. I mean, I remember the situation that happened with the Proud Boys and Antifa had to fight in Manhattan about 2 years ago. And I was at the event just to hear the speaker, and when I left, Antifa surrounded the Proud Boys and initially initiated the attack. The Proud Boys defended themselves, and after they defended themselves, Cuomo came and got involved because Antifa wouldn't press charges. So Cuomo came and pressed charges against the Proud Boys and said, if you don't press charges, I'll press charges.
Wow.
And locked up 2 of these Proud Boys for 4 years apiece. And they were trying to say this is a white supremacist group that attacked innocent anti-fascists in Manhattan. I had to put my video out there and show them if they're the white supremacy, why they protecting me, and Antifa's the ones on the attack.
Right.
So he put 2 guys got 4 years in jail apiece for that. One of the the guys was married to a black woman and had 3 kids with her. So if this is some white supremacist group, what the heck is going on? And that night, that Proud Boy group had Hispanics, Asians.
It started by a Hispanic guy.
It started by a Hispanic guy. So what I'm saying, so this is what I learned back then 2 years ago, what this government in New York is all about. And Master Cuomo was the one behind it. So I saw how much he was willing to do on his own to step out, to push a narrative. He was willing to put people's lives at risk, put people in jail. So I knew this guy was up, so I call him Master because he does governing techniques, like we did with the nursery homes when COVID hit, and he put the COVID victims in nursery homes and killed off all those elderly people. This guy is a mobster. All the people I know move like that are mobsters. I see this in movies.
Yeah.
This is our governor.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Take care.
People are losing jobs every day. 75% of the city.
Watch you all the time.
Thanks so much, guys.
We're from Colorado, so we've been following you for a long time, couple of years.
You want to be on the show?
You on your live stream, but we lost it.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of disruption going on out here today. So you guys came from Colorado?
Yeah, we're actually working in Omaha, but we're from Colorado.
Do you know Warren Buffett?
No, but we're actually working on Facebook data center.
What do you mean?
Oh, if you don't know anything about Facebook, you should check it out.
Well, I mean, I'm aware of Facebook. But
Well, what
should I
they're
know
doing
about
with all the data, with everything that they're doing.
What are they doing?
Well, essentially, in Omaha, what they're calling it the Silicon Prairie, because all the tech companies are coming to Omaha. So you got Google, you got Facebook, you have LinkedIn, you got PayPal, you have all of them coming.
Why though? Just because real estate's cheap?
Tax reasons, Nebraska.
And I guess since everybody is, working from home, it doesn't matter where you are anymore.
Well, they defined Facebook as essential. So Facebook data center is essential.
Wow. What do you think about this demonstration for the restaurants?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, 100%.
And you guys drove here?
They have to keep small businesses going. I mean, it's like the heartbeat of the country, right? And if you don't have a small business.
Well, it's also, people travel to New York. One of the biggest attractions is fine dining.
Exactly.
Shows, all that's closed down.
We were in Washington, D.C., and we drove up this morning, so.
So you guys were at the Million MAGA?
We were over there. We went over to the White House and just to kind of check it out. We don't know what's going to happen in this country, so we figured we might as well check it out while we still can.
Right. All right, well, thanks for speaking to me, guys. Good to see you.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Sure, absolutely. That's great. Thanks. Take care, guys. Thanks. Thank you so much.
New York just finished compounding like a week ago. It takes a month. Florida has more people and they finished. Like Florida and Texas are the two biggest.
So do you guys, you're in the restaurant industry?
I'm not. No, I mean, I'm a New York City inhabitant. I live in New York City. I mean, I want to save New York City. I mean, so much has been stripped of the economy. Once we lose the restaurants, we lose the city. It's done.
It's pretty close to that already, right?
It's pretty close to that. I mean, what is the logic? The 25% capacity, that's shut down. Now it's wintertime, and now I'm supposed to eat outside with using those space heaters, which are so expensive, as it is.
So you're in there, it's cold, the air isn't circulating.
No, I don't want to go out to eat. I don't want to go out to eat. Who wants that headache?
You're paying to support them. You have to stop supporting them since day one. This is control opposition.
Without the muzzle
A lot of people here.
because it kind of loses the credibility. He's complying to a certain extent.
Right.
It shows like the imagery of that. President Trump was very clear about not wearing a muzzle ever. The opposite
Just
of
that
it.
once. There was that one time when he went to visit Walter Reed or something, and they had that big picture of him with the mask on. I was like,
Living outside in the street.
Right.
And we all
here we
gonna
got
be
something
watching
happening.
fucking CNN.
this guy's good.
Fuck you.
Good.
I'm going to turn this off because my phone's kind of low battery. How's it going? So the reason that they closed the restaurants, one of the reasons is they're saying, de Blasio said, they're not going to reopen the restaurants until there's a vaccine. Okay, and there's a bill.
The vaccine cannot happen.
There's a fascist here. She voted for, Jessica Ramos voted for forced vaccination. She's a fascist. Sorry.
Forced vaccination.
Who's
She
Jessica
voted.
Ramos?
She's a representative in Albany, and she voted to kick. She voted to kick kids out of school. She voted
What is it?
to take away.
No, we know.
She voted to take away the religious exemption.
Voluntarily.
Hang on,
She
let's
voted
wait
to
till
take- what's that?
Let's wait till he's done. He's pretty loud. I'll be right back.
You gave Cuomo full power. Full power. Full power. Full power. That vaccination. You're cool. You're cool, but that vaccination's no good.
Okay, can we talk? No, we have a vaccine that's coming in, and you're talking about small businesses having ruined for a month, for a year. Right now, we have a vaccine, a forced vaccine that's coming to black and brown neighborhoods.
That you signed off on, and you did nothing to defend this racist vaccine that is using black and brown people as guinea pigs for Bill Gates. You shut down these small businesses, Jessica. You helped shut down these businesses, and now that they're bringing in the vaccine, you're showing your face to not fight the vaccine, but to pretend like you're for small businesses. And that's a joke. That's a joke. Don't gaslight us. If you want to communicate, come communicate with me about the vaccine. Don't give me that. Don't give me those crocodile tears. Don't give me those crocodile tears.
Don't touch.
You're for small businesses. You're not for small businesses. This is a decoy so we didn't fight the vaccine.
Hang on. Jessica, did you vote for mandatory vaccination or no? Yes or no, Jessica Ramos? Did you vote for mandatory vaccination?
It's actually a cool lady. They must have gotten to her. They must have gotten to her, ladies and gentlemen. She is for forced vaccinations. And Antonio Reynoso passed the construction of 4 new jails for $10 billion. If we're looking for money, why don't you stop the construction of 4 new jails?
Bunch of fucking retards. Go to Cuomo's house. Go see the governor. Speak up. You're scared.
Right.
Look at the guy in Staten Island. He's got fucking balls. Grow some fucking balls!
He said
the governor's a cocksucker. How about that? Fuck the governor.
He lied about Danny Presti.
He lies about everything.
He said
he's a fucking piece of shit. He's a mafia, dishonest.
He said that Danny had assaulted uniformed NYPD officers. Not true.
I think they're fucking harassing him every day and night. If you harass somebody every day and night, they're gonna fucking pop, right?
Well, he didn't do it. He didn't do it at all. They just lied.
Fuck them. They're mafia. He's a fucking mafia motherfucker. Fuck him.
Do you work in the restaurant industry?
Of course. Not now. Not since March. 10 years. Years in New York. I moved to New York for this shit.
And now you're out of work.
Now I'm out of work. It's fucking March, bro. I can't even buy fucking shit. Can't even buy a dime bag of weed, a $5 fucking halal plate. My unemployment check comes sometimes this day, sometimes that day. No mercy. Cuomo has no fucking mercy. Fuck Andrew Cuomo. If you voted for Cuomo or Biden, you're the problem. If you vote for Cuomo or Biden, you're the problem.
What do you think about Biden talking about making Cuomo
Biden's
the
gonna
attorney
fucking die in a
general?
year. Who gives a shit? He can't even speak. He's all cloudy and shit. Oh, you're attacking you! Fucking you attacking me!
I have.
Are you delivering beef or you're here for the protest? Okay, so here we go.
Okay, so all the reps who voted for a bill called...
Hey!
Are you okay?
Yeah, that guy, he's like crashing his bike into me.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. So, hi, I'm Elizabeth Glass. I am a candidate for New York State Senate in this district, 27, and my opponent was the sponsor of the repeal of the religious exemption, which took away New Yorkers' right to opt out of the vaccines. And I'm not pro-vax, anti-vax, it's just about choice. Unfortunately, right now, my former opponent's closest ally in Albany, Linda Rosenthal, is the sponsor of the bill A11179, which is going to force...
Rosenthal, yes.
Which is going to force... normally, that bill would have been sponsored by my former opponent. The reason he's not sponsoring it is because my campaign, grassroots, undocumented, because he's a fascist, because he took away New Yorkers' right to opt out of the vaccines.
How likely is it that that bill will pass?
That bill is definitely going to pass.
Why? How do you know?
It's a done deal.
What?
It's a done deal. It's bought and paid for. unless New Yorkers hit the streets like in Denmark or Germany, I guarantee you that bill is going to pass.
When are they going to start to try to force vaccinate everybody?
Well, what's going to happen is they're saying that Cuomo said yesterday the healthcare workers at Long Island Jewish yesterday.
Sandra Lindsay, yeah.
Sandra Lindsay. It's, they don't get 75 to 80% like voluntarily. They're going to mandate it, and only less than half the people want it. So they're definitely going to mandate it. Cuomo said he's going to. October 18th, he said the goal is to vaccinate all New Yorkers. That he said that.